Okay. You're looking live at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium, deep in the heart of the piney hills of North Louisiana. And for the ninth time between these two storied programs, Junction City and Haynesville are set to clash on the gridiron. I'm Jacob Humphrey with the Dragon Sports Network, and I'm joined atop the home side of the bleachers by our coach, our in-house analyst, Mr. Gary Meeks. And I tell you what, Coach, Junction City coming off the bye week, kind of had little withdrawals, the early season withdrawals, not having a Junction City game to call last Friday night. But here we are, Haynesville,
Yes.
Louisiana. The Dragons and the Golden Tornadoes set to square off for the fourth time since the rivalry rebooted in 2015. And I tell you what, a lot of storylines coming into this one. It should be a good one tonight.
Yes, sir. That's one of those ones that you look at the schedule, you be like, oh, I'm making that game. No, nothing happened. It's good to, I'm glad we picked them back up because, it sets the old rivals. And I love playing Haynes, because, they're going to bring the physical style football to you. They're going to line up and just run it down your throat. And if they can, they will. If you stop them, they'll get the passing. And that's what we want to do tonight. We want to get them the passing and to put them in third and long instead of third and short situations.
Yeah, you talk about that. You talk about that passing. They've only thrown 4 passes all year. They come into this ball game 2-0. They won against North Webster to start the season 2 weeks ago. Last week they went on the road again, back-to-back weeks, and they beat Minden 14-2. They forced 6 turnovers last week against the Crimson Tide. And I tell you what, that's a defense that flies around the football. Yes. But before we talk about the Golden Tornado a little bit, let's look at Junction City. They had their last time they hit the field, they had a tough one against Smackover, Class 3A Smackover, and it was a situation in which if you look in the special teams performs the way they're supposed to,
Yeah.
you don't give up the pick six. Junction City's in that ballgame, and they've probably got a lead in that ballgame. But they found themselves behind early, dug themselves a hole, had to climb back, but they showed a lot of grit. Talk a little bit about what you hope to see out of this Dragon team, all 3 phases of the game tonight, as they've had a week to kind of regroup, and then the week leading up to the game.
And you hit that on the high note. You hit that on a high note. Special teams. Special teams has kind of been our downfall this year. Giving up touchdowns late in the game. So hopefully, they had the extra bye week to go over that and fix that. And I always hit on it, Jacob. It's gonna start up front with the offensive line. As we know, Haynesville got 2 big dogs. One is a LSU commit and number 73, Joseph Evans. If we can contain him and block him and keep him off our quarterback and running back, I think we'll be in good business. They got another big D1 recruit that's pretty highly talked about around here. Those 2 guys, we got to keep them off. You got to keep hooked up with them, running our feet, and then with them being two-way players, with the fast-paced offense we run, and hopefully we wear them down, and by the 4th quarter we'll have where we want them.
Let's talk about the Dragon offense, led by sophomore quarterback Gabe Richard. Got 2 workhorses in the backfield. In fact, tonight we're hoping to see from Dante Gibson, the senior running back. He's been out he missed the Smackover game, had a week to regroup here in this past open week. Talk a little bit about what you hope to see out of the Junction City offense from the skill point of view, with Richard at quarterback, also with Gibson, and then Jakyron Cook in the backfield as well.
Yes, and that's a deadly combination right there, with Jakyron Cook and hopefully, Dante Gibson, he's at 100%. He come back and help us out. The last couple of games, the running back load's been all on Cook, and that's good to see Dante back, and hopefully we can get that offense going. It all starts up front with your quarterback. Your quarterback take control of the huddle. If the quarterback can't get going, we kind of sluggish. But once the quarterback settle down and take control of this game, I think the Dragon offense will roll tonight.
It's the 9th meeting all time between these 2 programs. Haynesville won the first 7 with Junction City getting a 48-20 win last season at Paul H. Muse Field at David Carpenter Stadium in the border town. The 9th meeting coming up here shortly. This is the Union Kenland Farm Supply pregame show. You're listening to Junction City football exclusively on the Dragon Sports Network. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. This is Junction City football. Welcome back to Haynesville, Louisiana. This is the Dragon Sports Network on Ustream and 101.5 The Hog. I'm Jacob Humphrey, and I'm joined alongside our in-house analyst, Coach Gary Meeks. And, Coach, we talked about the Dragon offense before the break. Let's talk a little bit about what Haynesville brings to the table. They like to run out of that. You really never know. The flex bone, they like to get it in tight. As I mentioned earlier, only 4 passes so far this season. And when they've got the guys up front to run the offense that they can, they're going to be successful. And on top of that, they've got a lot of skill players that can get the job done as well.
Yes, they're one of the type of offense that they'll take 2 or 3 yards to pop. You know, they, like you said, they remind you of that old Rising team, you know, who the Dragons are real familiar. Run that quick dive and try to catch you slipping with a speed sweep. And, you know, like I said, hopefully, you know, with that extra week the Dragons defense had to prepare, hopefully, you know, they see the cues and make the reads and, you know, be able to stop them.
And we're getting set for the national anthem. We'll step aside for 2 minutes. This is Junction City Football on the Dragon Sports Network. Welcome back to Red Franklin Memorial Stadium in Haynesville, Louisiana. Junction City and the Golden Tornado set to square off for the 9th time all time. And in fact, Coach Meeks, when you look at this will be the 145th time that we know in program history the Junction City's played a Louisiana team. And again, the Golden Tornado, a lot of success against the Dragons here in the past. But I'm sure that for Haynesville, they're remembering that last meeting at Paul H. Muse Field last season, a 48-20 win by Junction City. So, Coach Meeks, let's talk a little bit about what you expect from the Dragons moving forward. We know we talked a little bit about the miscues they had at Smackover. We talked a little bit about not being able to kind of close the door on Camden Harmony Grove there when they had a multiple touchdown lead. What are you hoping to see, X's and O's aside, from Junction City tonight?
You know, with the extra week, we hitting on that extra week. The extra week, you want to get, fix all the miscues. You go back to fundamental football, and with the extra week, I hope they prepared themselves well. And, you love games like this because it prepares you for later on down the road in the playoffs, and because, they probably won't face a team this tough in conference, not downgrading the conference, but, you know what I mean. They'll never see a team like this in conference again. So, they come in there just – give it all they got and fight with the tornadoes, as they call it. You'll see a good thing coming out of. You want them to just keep their head on and keep playing and keep giving it 110%. Because, like I say, it's a good rivalry ball game. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, tall task for Junction City tonight. We know the Dragons are up to it. And again, like Coach Meeks said, this will be one of the more talented teams Junction City will face this year. Many along the border town have dubbed it the Class 2A Welcome Back Tour. Junction City has yet to be welcomed back into Class 2A because of the non-conference slate.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where, next weekend they're on the road at Strong. Class 2A league play will begin. But a lot in front of them tonight as Junction City and Haynesville are set to square off here in just about 12 minutes until the opening kick. We'll step aside for 2 more minutes. This is Junction City football exclusively on the Dragon Sports Network and Ustream, as well as 101.5 The Hog. Just under 10 minutes till kickoff here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium in Haynesville, Louisiana. I'm Jacob Pumper for the Dragon Sports Network, and I'm joined alongside our in-house analyst, Coach Gary Meeks. And Coach Meeks, let's go back and talk about that Junction City offense a little bit. We talked about Cook, who coming into the season, if you would have told the young man, hey, you're going to carry it 45 plus times, have over 400 yards through the first 2 weeks, he probably would have been like, okay, I probably don't expect that, because he wasn't the lead back. It was Dante Gibson, which Junction City hopes to have back tonight. So with the two-headed monster of Gibson and Cook, that should be work well for Junction City, especially if they can get some holes created up front. But let's talk about the quarterback position. They've got a sophomore gunslinger basically running the offense in Gabe Richard. He's looked a little uneasy at times, which is typical for a sophomore, especially starting in an offense like Coach Jones's, where there's a lot of moving parts. A lot is asked of your quarterback, because we can look at Junction City offenses in the past, the days of old, back when me and you were suiting up for them, and the quarterback position was very important.
Yes.
But they weren't relied on to sling the football across the yard. Let's just be honest. We'd get in the bone and we'd go to work. So talk a little bit about Richard, what you've seen out of him the first 2 weeks, and what you hope to see him, his progression so far as we enter into the third game for the Dragons tonight.
You hit it on a note. You expect mistakes out of a sophomore, and this the kind of environment you want a sophomore to play in. Kind of environment like this, a high-powered team like Haynesville. And, hopefully tonight, Gabe can settle down, because, Haynesville going to pin their ears back in that 4-2-5, 4-4, whatever they run. They going to come. They coming. Hopefully he can complete a few passes. They ain't got to be the long ball, be the short ball, to soften that defense up, make Haynesville respect them, as a quarterback, and hopefully, he had that extra week to prepare and get ready for it.
Yeah, you talk about pinning their ears back and coming after the sophomore quarterback. One of those guys who's going to be tasked with that tonight is number 72, Cameron Jackson. He's a junior. Check out these numbers, these measurables right here. 6'6", 275. He's going to be lining up at a defensive end spot. So there's going to be a tackle. I'm not sure which side, but there's going to be a tackle for Junction City. Going to be with a tall task in front of him tonight. So we expect nothing but really just as many have called it, a border war tonight as Junction City crosses the state line to take on the Golden Tornado of Haynesville for just a fourth time in a row since the rivalry renewed back in 2015. Junction City, they're behind the sign. They'll come out of the north end zone. The Golden Tornado in the south end zone. We're just under 7.5 minutes until opening kickoff. This has been the Union Kennel and Farm Supply pregame show. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, and then we'll be back with the opening kickoff. This is Junction City football exclusively on the Dragon Sports Network via Ustream and 101.5 The Hog. Captains are at midfield, and we are just moments away from getting this football game started. Again, the 9th meeting all time between Junction City and Haynesville, as a pair of captains for both sides are out at the midfield stripe for the coin toss. I'm Jacob Pumphrey with the Dragon Sports Network, and I'm joined beside the man responsible for it all, Mr. Wayne Pumphrey. And I tell you what, Wayne, as we'll wait the results of the coin toss, if you can't get excited for a border war such as the one we have on our hands tonight, something's wrong with you.
Absolutely, because this is the type of game you want. This is a guaranteed game. You're guaranteed a playoff atmosphere in this game. And also, it's going to test your team, and that's what Coach Jones, I know, is looking forward to. This is going to be a true test for Junction tonight.
And Junction City has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. So we'll see from Gabe Richard and company here to start this contest. And I tell you what, when you look at the offense that Haynesville runs, they like to keep it in tight. They like to keep it on the ground. They like to let the big fellas up front do a lot of the work, let their skilled guys, patient runners get behind it and make something happen on the ground. For Junction City to take the football is probably a good move here because Haynesville can eat a lot of clock. They can keep the football away from you just based on the type of offense that they run. So for Junction City, this drive to start the game is critical.
Right, and what Coach Jones, give him credit, because I know some football purists that say, they go, well, why in the world, defer to the second half. No, I want the ball. I want to set the tone. And he's got to, like you said, the type of offense Haynesville runs is a good move by Coach Jones. Hey, we're going to get the ball. We're going to try to set the tone here. Hopefully get some points on the board, because one thing they cannot afford to do is fall behind, a couple touchdowns to Haynesville. Then they'd be in trouble.
And the Junction City kick return unit is on the field as the Haynesville kickoff team gets set at about the 35-yard line. And we are all but set for football here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium in Haynesville, Louisiana, deep in the heart of the Piney Hills, just south of the Arkansas border. I tell you what, we've got a good one on our hands tonight. The fourth consecutive meeting between these twos when a rivalry was renewed back in 2015. Haynesville has not long forgotten the 48-20 win by the Dragons, and they've got a chance to even things up here. Ball's teed up at the 40-yard line on the far hash. And that'll be a kick towards the middle of the field. Cavante Haynes, he'll take it at about the 12-yard line. He'll work up in between both hashes, barrels over a man, still on his feet across the 35, and he'll finally be wrestled down just shy of the 40. That was just a bouldering run, so to speak, by Cavante Hayes on the return. Went straight up the middle, and a good return for Junction City.
It sets the Dragons up, Jacob, in excellent field position. I know Coach Meeks touched on it, but right off the bat, let's see what this offensive line for Junction City can establish control.
Junction City's got it first down and 10, ball at the middle of the field at the 39-yard line. Richard in the pistol. He's got a receiver to both sides of the formation. And Jakyron Cook will be the back behind Richard in the set. And he gets the call. Ball's on the ground, fumbles it, never received the handoff cleanly. And I believe he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Junction City will keep the football, so they avoid a big mishap on the first play from scrimmage, and they've got it 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Haynes and Hutchinson, the twin set to the left of the formation. Richard in the pistol. Cook, Jakyron set behind him. He gets the handoff over right guard, and we've got whistles.
Not quite starting out like you want. On the first play, of course, the fumble. And let's see what we got here. And it's going against Junction City.
And it's going to be a false start on the Dragons. That'll back the football up to the 34-yard line of Junction City. So a mishandled snap on the first play from scrimmage, and before the second one can start, there's a false start penalty. So behind the chains here early, 11:20 clock rolling. Richard snap, gives to Cook. He's hitting the backfield, nowhere to go. Fortunately got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Junction City.
Haynesville's looked at the film. They've seen the Harmony Grove game. They have seen, of course, Smackover. I'm pretty sure, watching how they're already lining up, they're going to make us establish a passing game. We're going to have any chance, and we're going to have to be able to throw the ball tonight. Haynes has got the kid to get some touches, make some big plays.
Haynes and Hutchinson to the right. It's a twins formation. Richard to work out of the shotgun. They fake the snap to. The pass is intercepted. He was trying to get it to the tight end, or actually the H-back DJ Hill in the flats out of the backfield, and the pass was intercepted and picked off by number 60. That's Tristan French, the senior linebacker. Hill never saw the pass. It was a quick pass as Richard was pressured immediately. Cook wasn't able to get a hand on the edge rusher, and it's a turnover for Junction City on the first drive of the contest. And Haynesville's got it in Dragon territory at the 36-yard line near hash. They'll break the huddle. They'll work out of the flex bone. Man in motion. He'll go to the far side of the field, create a twin set. They'll pass here on first down. Going to be pressured from the backside. That's Kidwell still bouncing around, and he'll finally shovel it out of bounds. And that ball did not get anywhere near the original line of scrimmage.
No, it didn't. Let's see what the call is.
And the officials are going to discuss a couple of things, and I believe it's just going to be
they're going to say he was trying to throw it.
Second down, so no loss on the play. Second down and 10. Good pressure right there from the backside by the Dragon defense. Second and 10 now for the Golden Tornado. Lance Grider, the senior quarterback, 6 foot, 170 pounds. He'll command the offense. They'll work out of the flex bone. Single receiver to the right, one to the left. Grider under center. They'll give to the fullback. Straight ahead, nowhere to go. Kyle Kidwell blowing things up from the start. He had a good game against Smackover, and it looks like it's carried over here in the first couple of plays tonight.
Kidwell had not only that, Jacob, he had a great game with against Harmony Grove. Kidwell and Livingston have both so far this year. But if you ask who's really stood up and done, established themselves, those two, no doubt.
Grider gets the play from the sideline. Head coach David Franklin. And again, they'll come out here 3rd and 10 for the Golden Tornado. Big opportunity for the Dragon defense. Grider under center. Single back, they're going to give to the man in motion. He's going to get a block out on the edge, makes another man miss with a stiff arm. Still trying to work toward that first down marker, and he will be well shy of it as he's wrapped up by a host of Dragons. Good job out there on the edge, containing, pushing the play back inside.
Great job by the Dragon defense here on this series. Let's see. I got a feeling Haynesville will probably try to just back us up here and play field position. It appears that's what they're going to do. Not sure yet.
Under 9 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Going to be a 4th down and about 5 for the Golden Tornado. They'll break the huddle. They're going to have a lone man over here. It was late. Man was late getting to cover him.
Yep.
And they went with the hard count. Junction, great discipline by that Dragon defensive line not to jump, and Haynesville will call a timeout. We'll step aside with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Junction City Football on the Dragon Sports Network. Out of the timeout, we're back at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium in Haynesville, Louisiana. The Golden Tornado faced with a 4th down and a long 6 yards from the Junction City 31-yard line. Dragons turned it over on the 3rd play from scrimmage on an interception that was deflected. Play never really developed.
And, Jacob, they're going for it.
And they're going to go for it here. Working out of the flex bone. They'll split a lone receiver out to the left all the way to the numbers along the far side of the field. Man in motion. And got Junction City to jump, no call. Still nowhere to go, bouncing around, nowhere to go. Gets a block, still on his feet. Going to be wrapped up and tackled from behind. Great play, Jamiah Carroll. Great job staying with the ball carrier. That was Billy Brown. He was looking for somewhere to go, and Carroll made sure he hit the turf before he found that first down strike.
Outstanding series by the Dragon defense. Okay, offense wasn't a great start. Put the defense in a hole. The defense responded. Now, let's get this offense going. I know it sounds like a broken record, Jacob. We got to get a passing game going here. Get some pressure off the running game, which if we can do that, opens up the holes for Cook and company.
Richard out of the pistol here. 1st down and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Cook gets the carry along the left side. Really nowhere to go. Met at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's actually going to lose a yard on the carry. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 11 as they mark the football at the middle of the field at the Junction City 31-yard line. 8:30 to play here in the opening quarter of action. We are scoreless. Both teams, Junction City turned it over with an interception, and then great stop by the Dragon defense to turn Haynesville over on a 4th down and 10. Shotgun formation, split back. Kidwell the up back. They give to Cook. He'll work over right guard into a host of Golden Tornado and really nowhere to go. Nothing going so far for Junction City. And you look at that Haynesville defensive front, and that's where the problems are occurring.
Yes, and it's like we talked about. You want this offensive line of Junction City's to establish itself. They've got to for us to have a chance tonight. The problem is, and I'm just going to say this real quick, let me give everybody a heads up. We got lightning closing in on us, just letting you know. So been watching it coming in. And
on 3rd and 9, it was a hard count from Richard. Sophomore was able to get a defensive lineman for Haynesville to hop over into the neutral zone, and that's going to help Junction City out. 75 was offsides for the defense. That's Bruce Jackson, 6 foot, 295-pound senior. And so that'll make this 3rd down try a little more easier for the Dragons. Be a 3rd and 4 for Junction City. Ball at the 38-yard line. And like you said, Wayne, off to the south of us. It's hard to see necessarily which direction it's going. Hopefully it's going south of us here with 7.5 minutes to play. 3rd down opportunity. They give to Carroll. He's got some running room, and he's going to be close to the 1st down, still on his feet, moving forward, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Nice run right there by Jemiah Carroll. Had some open space along the left side, carried it for about 6, maybe 7 yards, but he only needed 5, and that's a 1st down, and the chains will reset for Junction City.
A great run there, and that's what you want to see. The Dragon offense starting to establish themselves a little bit, get a few things going, and when they can do that, it opens up other possibilities. And Jacob, watch Haynesville's defense. They're doing similar to Smagover. They're committing a lot of people to the box.
And Dante Gibson checking into the ball game for Junction City. He'll take the snap here. Man in motion. That's Cook. Gibson loses the snap. He's going to pick it up and carry it, and that's going to be about an 8-yard rush. It looked like it was going to be a busted play. Instead, Gibson picks up the football, does a little freelance work, and it's 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Dragons. And the Dragons are going to hurry. They're going to keep Gibson in the shotgun, empty backfield. Cook, the man in motion. They give to him on the jet sweep, and he's going to pick up a positive game, and I believe he is going to reset the chains. If not, he's going to be awfully close.
Very close. Looks like he got it.
As the Dragons have moved into Haynesville territory, and we get the official 1st down signal from the White Hat. And Junction City again moving quickly, trying to sub some guys in and out. Hutchison now back in the ball game. He'll spell Cook. Hillman Haynes will line up to the left. Richard in the pistol. They give to Gibson, his first carry of the game. He'll work the left side. Big block out there by Haynes. He's near the 1st down marker, and I believe he got it and out of bounds. And so Junction City starting to put together something here offensively.
It's working. They're kind of a little bit of misdirection there, Jacob. They run a jet sweep to the right. They cut it back into the middle. Then they come off tackle to the left, throwing different things at them. And also trying to hopefully, like I said, get it to where they can go to the air.
6:15 to play, opening quarter. We are scoreless here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. Dragons break the huddle, 1st and 10, ball at the 35 of the Golden Tornado. They'll give to Carroll. He'll work left side, and he'll stay on his feet after initial contact. That'll be a hard-earned 2 for the the junior running back. Bring up a 2nd down and 8 for Junction City. And a timeout on the field. We'll step aside with them. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Junction City Football on the Dragon Sports Network. Following the media timeout, Junction City breaks the huddle. They're facing a 2nd down and 9 as the clock ticks under 6 minutes here in the 1st quarter. They'll work out of the pistol, single receiver to each side, and I believe another hard count from Richard, and I believe they're going to get another free 5 yards on the offsides penalty. Actually, they're going to call a false start on Junction City, so that's going to back the Dragons up 5. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 14 as Junction City's now behind the chains. Clock stops with 5:50 to play here in first quarter action.
And now I'm not sure what's going on here.
And now they're going to stop the game clock.
Yeah.
It'll stop with 5:44.
Yeah, the discussion with the officials. And now they're talking to Coach Jones about something.
And so now they'll restart the game clock. 25-second clock restarts, and Junction City's got it 2nd down and 14 from the 40-yard line of Haynesville. Richard makes some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. He'll give to Cook over right guard. About 3 yards on the carry. Should bring up a 3rd and long for Junction City. About 11 yards to go as we're under 5.5 to play here in the first quarter.
Let's see what Coach Jones tries to do here. If he going to play field position a little bit, in other words, keep it on the ground, keep the clock running. And if I can't get the 1st down, I'm going to back them up. Let's see what he decides to do here on 3rd down.
We'll see if he gives another hard count like you were saying.
Yep.
Carroll, the up back, they're going to go for it here. No hard count. Spot pass to Cook. And he's still on his feet. I tell you what, if he turns left instead of coming back into the play, he might have a little more real estate there along the short side of the field. He'll get back inside the original line of scrimmage to bring up a 4th down and 9 for Junction City. Clock continuing to run, nearing 4.5 to play here in the first quarter. Dragon offense looking to the sideline. Coach Jones giving his signals. They'll break the huddle. Richard and Haynes to the right in a twin set. Man in motion is Cook. They give to him. Going to be a little trickeration here. Richard scrambling. Now he's going to throw it. It's going to go out of bounds. They got a little flashy there on 4th down, and that will turn it over as Cook was the man in motion. Gibson gave it to him, and then he flipped it back to Richard. I believe they were trying to set something up for Haynes, but it never really developed into an opportunity as such. And the Dragons turn it over, and you have to think a good offensive drive kind of goes to waste there for Junction City.
Yes, and one thing, Jacob, when you're down that close, of course, you want to take advantage of it. But Haynesville, as we talked about, they're starting to push more people into the box. And when they see another running play, yeah, it's a good idea. Let's try to catch them on a reverse. But they are already in the backfield disrupting the play.
Haynesville takes over on downs. 4:15 to play first quarter action. 1st and 10 for the Golden Tornado at the 40. They'll operate out of the flex bone. Man in motion. They'll give to the back directly behind Grider, and he'll pick up a minimal gain. Jakyron Cook in on the stop, as is Samaje Livingston, and also Tanner Barnett.
And, of course, as always, folks, we want to thank all the fine sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network, a couple of them, Red Roof Barbecue, Generations Bank, Terminex, Friendly First Baptist Church, Hog Wild Pest Control, Junction City Floors, and Kim's Hair Salon. And, of course, we got a lot more here. We'll mention them in a little bit, but all of them, a big thank you. The reason you're seeing us and everything, hearing us, because of them.
Under 3:40 to play here, first quarter. 2nd down and 7 for Haynesville. Little misdirection out of the backfield. Javassier Cook, one man, and some running room inside the 30. And a nice carry right there by Billy Brown. Javassier was the one chance to try to get him for a minimal gain. Wasn't able to track down Brown, and he gets inside the 30. They mark him down at the 28-yard line, and now Haynesville's in striking distance.
And for the second time, of course, they're just their second possession. They are in Dragon territory. Once again, turn to the defense, see what they can do.
It'll be about a 28-yard carry right there for Billy Brown. Sets up the Golden Tornado offense. 1st and 10. They'll operate from the near hash here at the 28-yard line of Junction City. Grider under center, and he'll give to the back. Nowhere to go. Javassier Cook in there on the stop. That'll be a loss of about 4. Actually, they're going to give him forward progression. I don't know about that. Just about 2 yards on the loss. And that'll put him back at the 30-yard line, bring up a 2nd down and 12 for Haynesville. That was Adrian Hardwell, one of the leading rushers for this Golden Tornado offense. Second down and 12. Ball sits at the middle of the field. They'll operate with one lone receiver to the left side. Man in motion. They fake to him. They'll give right up the gut. And I believe the ball carrier will get back to the original line of scrimmage, bring up a 3rd and long.
Well, so far, most of the success that Haynesville's had has come to the outside. And the defensive line, the interior of the Dragons defense, so far holding their own. And you want to hope that you can keep doing that and then cut down on what they can do to the outside.
Tanner Barnett, Jemiah Carroll, and then the big fellas inside, Kyle Kidwell, Samaje Livingston getting the job done so far tonight. 3rd and 10 for the Golden Tornado. Billy Brown, the man in motion. They'll pitch to Hardwell. He's going to be forced outside, really nowhere to go, and he will be brought down behind the chains. And I tell you what, that Dragon defense showing what they're made of here in the first quarter.
And, Jacob, that's what I'm talking about. They decided to come back outside, which naturally you figure that's what they're going to try to do. And Junction able to get over there, shut it down. When you can force them to bounce it out, Junction does have enough speed to keep them from getting big gains.
Under 90 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. 4th down and 12. Again, another 4th down opportunity for the Dragon defense. Try to get off the field.
Love to see a turnover here.
And Haynesville appears to go for it rather than trying to pin Junction City with a punt. Brown, the man in motion. He'll move from left to right. And they'll give on the misdirection. And that's going to be Hardwell. He's going to be chased down by Gibson, still on his feet, makes a man miss at the 20, spins out of it, and he'll get down about the 18-yard line, but he is going to be very close to a 1st down. I think they might need to measure that.
They're going to measure it. Haynesville got away with a hold on that outside there by 72, which, most places that would be mugging.
And no measurement. They're going to give them the first down. So on 4th and 12, it's a carry of about 12 and 3 inches, and that'll give the Golden Tornado a 1st down. And they'll reset the chains as they're in the red zone for the first time tonight. Ball sits at the 18-yard line. They're moving from right to left. Ball on the near hash. Under a minute to play, first quarter action. We're live for you at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium in the Piney Hills of North Louisiana. Grider, he'll work under center. T formation behind him. They'll give to over right. Tackle still on his feet. He'll make his way to the 3rd level of the defense before he's brought down. Ball carrier that time was Sergio Hardwell, the senior.
And the Golden Tornado, they got some momentum going right now, especially after that big 4th down run. Just City needs to slow them down here and at least force them to a field goal.
Golden Tornado inside the 10-yard line down at the Junction City 8. 35 seconds to play, clock rolling here in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game. Flexbone formation for Haynesville. 2 backs in a 3-point stance. They'll give to Sergio. Really nowhere going there on that carry. Tried to go over right guard between the 2 and the 4 hole. And it's going to be a minimal gain there. They'll say he picked up about 1.5 yards. They'll mark it just outside the 6-yard line. And I believe that's going to do it for the first quarter of play here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. We'll head to the second quarter. Timeout on the field. Scoreless ball game between Junction City and Haynesville. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Dragon Football on the Dragon Sports Network.
We're back at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. Start of the second quarter, 0-0 our score. And real quick, Lennox, El Dorado Chemical, of course, the title sponsor of the DSN. Union Kennel and Farm Supply, the title sponsor of Junction City football, our coverage of it. And Haynesville will go to work first and, I believe, goal from about the 10-yard. Well, they're saying first and 10. And now to Jacob Humphrey.
Haynesville's got it. It'll bring up a second down for the Golden Tornado. Man in motion from left to right. They're going to give to Sergio Hardwell. He'll go over the right side. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage, fall forward for a couple of yards. He's inside the 5. I believe they're going to mark him down at the 3-yard line. So bring up a third down and goal. You got to think this is 4-down territory for Haynesville.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Get this close, they're going to roll it.
25 seconds into the second quarter. We are scoreless here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. You're watching and listening to the Dragon Sports Network. Grider breaks the huddle. They'll work out of the flex bone here on 3rd and goal. Man in motion. He'll stop over right guard. They'll give to Hardwell. Actually, they're going to keep it, and he's going to slide in the end zone for the touchdown. That was Kedrick Grider on the 3-yard quarterback keeper. Faked me out and faked much of the Dragon defense out as well as he slides in along the right side, and that's the first points of the game.
And a good call there because Dragons were used to, and like you said, it faked us out, used to a quick handoff or a little misdirection there, and he just spins out, got the speed to get in. Good drive by the Golden Tornado.
Sophomore Eric Alford set to attempt the extra point for Haynesville. 11-17 to play here in the second quarter. Good snap. The kick is up, and I believe it is true and through, and that'll do it. Timeout on the field. Haynesville strikes first here in the 9th meeting all time between these two programs. 11-17 to play second quarter action. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is Junction City football exclusively on the Dragon Sports Network via Ustream and 101.5 The Hog. Storm cell moving from west into the northeast, directly behind the stadium here, Red Franklin Memorial Stadium, Haynesville, Louisiana. The Golden Tornado strike first. They lead it 7-0 with 11-17 to play here in the second quarter. As it'll be a deep kickoff. It'll be fielded on the run by Cavante Haynes at about the 17-yard line. He'll work back toward the right side, and he is wrapped up around his neck and brought down after about a 15-yard return.
Yep, and definitely a high hit there. Coach Jones talking to the official about it.
Haynes returns the football up to the Junction City 32. That's where Richard and company will have it here on 1st down and 10. Ball set at the middle of the field. Junction City, a lot of success there. On their last offensive drive, just kind of stalled there in Golden Tornado territory. We'll see if they can match that success here and hopefully punch one into the end zone.
Definitely need to answer, and now we got something is wrong with
Coach Jones
offense.
is fired up.
He is.
Letting his offense know he is not happy. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside with him. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. Dragons burn their first time out here in the first half. Hopefully they're set offensively. 11-11 left to play here in the first half. Haynesville with a 7-0 lead. Junction City with the football. They'll be moving right to left. 1st down and 10. Ball set at the middle of the field, spotted at the 32-yard line. Smith over center, Richard. That is Gibson in the shotgun. He's going to keep it along the left side. Hit at the line of scrimmage. A lot of bodies standing up. Really not much going there from the offensive line.
No.
As Sergio Hardwell is the first man in on the scene for the Golden Tornado.
I mean, he was met at the line of scrimmage by about 3 or 4 Haynesville defenders. I mean, they got to get control of the line, and if we're going to try to keep punching it on the ground, we got to have that control.
Richard to work out of the pistol here on 2nd down and 8. They'll give straight ahead. That's Jakyron Cook. He's wrestled down at around the 40-yard line.
And every yard he gained, he earned.
Actually, they're going to mark him down at the 38-yard line.
Really?
I'm not sure about that spot. I must have
either.
saw something that I didn't see. Under 10.5 to play, first quarter action. Dragons trailing by 7 here against Haynesville. Again, out of the pistol for Junction City. They give the Gibson balls on the ground, and I believe Haynesville's going to fall on the football, and they've got it once again. A turnover by the Dragon offense gives it to the Golden Tornado in Junction City territory. And I tell you what, he never had an opportunity to give the football to Gibson. There was already a man in the backfield to force that fumble and eventually the recovery for Haynesville.
You're right. And, you know, the running back, it's like Gail Sayers said, give me 18 inches, that's all I need. And they're not even getting that. And we're either going to have to try to throw the ball, or that offensive line has got to take control and get some holes open up.
10:07 to play, first quarter action. Haynesville with a 7-0 lead, and they've got the football in Dragon territory at the 39 of Junction City. Grider, he's going to pass here on first down. Sets, he's got plenty of time. Man, wide open, and he drops it in the end zone. Oh, my. That might be a gift for the Dragons. Wow.
Wow. I mean, I didn't mean to come in on you, but I look up, I'm watching them, I go, wide open. I mean, nobody. The closest person, there's a guy in a yellow shirt standing at the edge of the end zone. Now he's going back the other way. He was the closest person to him. And like you said, a gift for the Dragons, he dropped it.
Wow. Wide open, Grider trying to connect with his man. I believe that was Billy Brown down there. That young man can fly. And I don't mean hopping on anything American Airlines is putting in the air.
Oh, no. That's pure jet he got.
9:59 to play. First quarter action, 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. They'll give on the fly sweep, and he's got a man, and he is going to saunter into the end zone. 10-5, touchdown Haynesville. Edward Critton, the senior up back, takes it 39 yards to the house. Billy Brown wasn't able to haul one in from 39 out. Critton said, no problem, buddy. I'll scoot in on the ground from 39 out, and it's 13-0 Haynesville.
Was not touched. Was not touched. Give the Golden Tornado credit. Great call. And again, they're going to the outside. They have to, but it's paying off.
And that was a play we had yet to see, from the Haynesville offense. They gave it to the jet man in the motion as the extra point is, I believe that went wide left. And it did. The extra point is no good, but with 9:52 to play, timeout on the field, it's 13-0 Haynesville. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network via Ustream and 101.5 The Hog. And we are back here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. 13-0 is Haynesville's lead over Junction City. If you're just now joining us, Dragons turned it over in their own territory, allowing Haynesville with a 1st and 10 from their 40. First play from scrimmage is a pass that's dropped in the end zone, but the very next play, Edward Critton takes it in from 39 out, and it's a 2-touchdown advantage for the Golden Tornado. Ball is going to be squibbed on the ground. That's going to be live, and it's finally going to be picked up by Haynes. And he's going to try to get to the right sideline and nowhere to go. Great coverage by the Golden Tornado kickoff unit. And Junction City's going to have it 1st and 10, just shy of the 21-yard line, as they'll operate from the far side of the field along the right hash.
17, Jacob, for Haynesville down there. Great coverage, and that's what you like to see out of your special teams. And right now, the Golden Tornado, all facets of their game operating at 100%, the best way to put it.
Yeah, that was
Who was it?
the senior Ethan Coker flying down there to make a play.
Great job by Coker. I mean, he got down there and made a good play.
1st and 10 for the Dragons. Ball at the 21-yard line. Carroll moves from right to left. They'll work out of the pistol. Handoff goes to, I believe that's Cook, got the call there on 1st and 10. He'll pick up a sizable gain, maybe 4 yards.
And we really, I know it sound like you have certain things to say for certain situations. Well, this situation here is pretty simple. We have got to respond.
Yeah, just 2 drives ago, Junction City had something going offensively before the drive stalled in Haynesville territory. Under 9:20 to play here in the first half. Dragons trailing 13-0. And they're backed up into their own territory. Again, they're going to give to, I believe that's Cook. He's going to be met by 2 men. He's pushed back. Finally blow the whistles. He'll get forward progression to the back to the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up a 3rd down for Junction City. And the way the game's starting to shape up, still a lot of football left, but a 2-touchdown lead works into Haynesville's favor just based on the type of offense they run.
Yep.
Under 8:40 to play. First half action, Richard to throw. And the pass is tipped. I believe that's Sergio Hardwell. That man's having himself a pretty good game tonight. And the ball falls onto the turf incomplete. So it's the 3rd down. Attempt is unsuccessful. Bring up a 4th down for the Dragons as they're going to bring their punt unit onto the field.
And, I mean, the Dragon offense, 3 plays out. Now you're turning to your defense again. And the defense is, to speak up for them here, I guess you'd say, they've had to operate in some rough situations already because 3 of Haynesville's possessions have started on Junction's side of the field.
I believe that's Gibson standing at about his 12-yard line. He set the punt. Good snap. And it's going to be not a bad punt. Fielded at about the 40-yard line. That's Billy Brown. Splits 2 Junction City players. Still on his feet. Still bouncing around. And he'll finally be brought down from behind by Cavante Haynes. And that's a good thing because the way we've seen Junction City special teams at times this season, Brown makes a couple more moves. He may be off to the races.
And this is not on Junction's side of the field, but a great starting position for the Golden Tornado. They're at their own 44-yard line with 8:20 to go. We need this is a big defensive series here. We need a stop and get the offense back on the field and try to get something going.
Yeah, because you're starting to look ahead. If Haynesville can eat a lot of time here, and if they end up eating a lot of time and scoring, and then you look at it and they get it at the half, it's not working out into Junction City's favor. Big opportunity for the defense. 1st and 10 from the 44. They give to, I believe that's Brown. He's met in the backfield immediately, nowhere to go. First man there, if you had to guess, probably Kyle Kidwell.
I believe that is Mr. Kidwell, yes. That kid, I'm going to say, I don't know much about him, and I got to find out some more, but it seems like we call his name, is it safe to say 15, 20 times a game? I mean, he has been playing solid ball so far this year. Great job by Mr. Kidwell there. And the defense, you're in a tough spot again. We need you to shut them down and get the ball back.
Clock moves under 7 minutes and 45 seconds here in the first half. Haynesville 13, Junction City 0. 2nd down and 11. They fake the jet sweep. They'll give to Hardwell. Nowhere to go up the middle. Kyle Kidwell stuffing the big fella. I tell you what, he packed his lunch pail this evening. He has come to play.
Yes, sir. And I tell you what, Kyle Kidwell would make the All-Madden team, based on his play so far this year. John Madden loves those kind of guys. Gritty, blue collar, let me get out here and go to work. And he has done it so far. Another big play there.
2 tackles from Kidwell, and it's 3rd and 11 for the Golden Tornado here. Ball set at the 40, just shy of the 44-yard line of Haynesville as we've hit the 7-minute mark here in the second quarter. 13-0, the Golden Tornado on top of the Dragons. I believe head coach David Franklin's going to let this clock run down before he calls timeout, and I don't blame him. Eat as much clock as he can. And Haynesville will call timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is Junction City football on Ustream via the Dragon Sports Network and 101.5 The Hog. And we're back out of the timeout. 6:50 to play here in the second quarter, Red Franklin Memorial Stadium on a rather warm night here deep in the heart of the piney hills of North Louisiana. Junction City staring down a 13-0 deficit, hoping to get the football back here as Haynesville's facing a 3rd and 11 from their own 44-yard line.
Well, stop them here. Let's get the ball back. That's all I can say. We need a big play.
And they're going to give right up the middle, nowhere to go. Great job by the Dragon defense. Javassier Cook, Tanner Barnett, and Samaje Livingston in on the stop for Junction City. And I believe for the first time tonight, we are going to see the Haynesville punt unit.
I believe you are correct, Mr. Pumphrey. Of course, I would not put nothing past Coach Franklin here. 13-0 lead and the clock running in here in the first half.
It's going to be dual returners for Junction City. Jakyron Cook, the man to the far side. Cavante Haynes to the near side. It'll be Haynes' opportunity as that ball is going to hit it about the 24 and out of bounds. That is a very good punt, as that will flip the field position, and Junction City will have it first down and 10 from their own 16-yard line here with 6:02 to play in the first half.
And as I mentioned before, some of the fine sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network, our official apparel sponsor, Southern T-Shirt Company. Thank you for the fine threads we got on. In memorial of Kevin Norris, the outstanding Junction City player from the 70s, his sister Jan doing that. And we always thank you, Miss Jan, for everything you do.
First and 10 for Junction City, and nowhere to go. Pressure from the backside. Free-ranged runner there along the right side of the defensive line. And I believe that's Cook was the ball carrier. He's wrapped up immediately before he could even get ahead of steam. And Dragons will be behind the chains here on 2nd down and 11.
You know, Jacob, if you got the old girlfriend and she wants to give you a kiss every time you see her right off the bat, you expect it. If we keep pounding that middle, they're not going to change what they're doing. We have got to try to get something going in the air. I know it's hard to do. It's easy to say standing up here. But Haynesville is walking a lot of people into that box. We have a player down, and while we do, let's step away for 60. This is the Dragon Sports Network's coverage of Junction City football.
.5:55 to play, 2nd down and 11. Gibson on the quarterback keeper. He'll work the right side. He's going to pick up a first down, and the Dragon offense will have the chains reset for him there on that carry from Dante Gibson, senior running back. First game back after missing the Smackover contest. He picks up 8 yards and a new set of downs.
A very important drive for Junction City. Keep in mind that we took the ball to start the game. We did not the first. So second half, Haynesville gets it right off bat. We need to make something happen on this possession.
Gibson to work out of the pistol. Miscommunication on the handoff. It's hard to see from the angle. Too many black jerseys in the way. I believe they're going to turn it into a positive game. Now we're getting whistles. However, I don't know if we see a flag on the play.
I'm looking for a flag, and I do not see one.
And it's going to be a pre-snap penalty. It'll be false start on Junction City. That very well could have turned into a turnover there on the mishandled snap. It was low and to the left. Gibson wasn't able to get it up into the.
That's about the third one tonight between the two quarterbacks.
Gibson again, he'll work out of the shotgun. I believe he's going to give to Bryce. No, he's going to keep it along the right side. Makes one man miss. And he'll get across the 30-yard line. I believe they're going to mark him down at the 31. And that'll bring up a second down for the Dragons. And we'll call it 6 yards for Junction City as we've hit the 5-minute mark here in the first half. 13-0 is our score if you're just joining us. This is the Dragon Sports Network's coverage of Junction City football. Gibson scans left, looks right. Again, low snap to his left. He'll pick it up, and he'll barrel over a man, and he'll be close to the first down marker. I believe they're going to spot him at the 35. He needed to get to the 36 for a first down. That'll bring up a 3rd and short. About a yard to go for Junction City.
Big 3rd down right here. Let's get it, at least keep the ball and keep it moving.
Top row of the bleachers, the only way to get into the stadium here tonight.
Yes.
Under 4.5 to play here in the first half. And the football's on the ground. No whistles. I mean, the player was on the ground. They're going to say turnover. Junction City turned it over. They never got the snap back to the quarterback. So it was just a fumbled snap. So Junction City with a pair of first downs. It looked like they might be able to get out of the shadows of their own goalpost, so to speak, and yet another turnover.
Wow, and that hurts because you're starting to get something going. And I don't know if we're just not – Dragons definitely look on the offensive side, not looking sharp in several areas. I mean, that's the best way to put it. And once again, it sounds like a broken record. We're asking the defense to step up and do what they got to do. And
Haynesville, their last 6 quarters of football, they have forced 9 turnovers.
Wow.
And they've got it here with a 13-0 lead, 4:13 to play first half. And they're going to throw. They've got a man wide open on the hot route. He's going to be pressured by Tanner Barnett. And the ball's on the turf. It's going to be picked up and by an offensive lineman. And I tell you what, that is a big play defensively.
Yes.
Because if Kedrick Grider had seen Edward Critton running wide open on about a 60 hot, we used to run it in junior high.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Holy Moses.
Holy Moses is right.
Jacob, he was so wide open. I with my limited vocabulary, I still don't have descriptions to give you. Something is wrong in the secondary. But on the other side of it, great job by the Dragon defensive line and linebackers disrupting the play and saving the day. They did what they had to do. And by the way, the 4th time Haynesville has started on Junction City side of the field.
And now they've got the football at the midfield stripe, It'll be 2nd down and I-20 for the Golden Tornado. 3:20 to play, first half action. Handoff goes to Hardwell. He's going to pick up a good portion of that back. That was Billy Brown on the carry. He'll move back inside Dragon territory at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 16 for Haynesville.
And if you want to bet a good cold Dr. Pepper, Haynesville will go back to that play. They second time they've run it. They've misfired on one and didn't see them on the other. They'd go back to that play before, I would be surprised, before halftime.
I'll bet you 2. 2:45 to play, first quarter action, 3rd and 15 for the Golden Tornado. They're going to throw right here. Grider throws on the run, passes incomplete, in and out of the hands. Good coverage there on the backside, but flags on the play.
You got laundry all over the field. You need a big box of Tide to clean up all that laundry just got tossed. Let's see what we got here. I mean, they flew in from every angle.
And so an offensive holding, they will decline that penalty. That'll bring up a 4th down and 16. That'll force the Golden Tornado to punt. I tell you what, the Dragon defense, and we saw this during the Smackover game, the Dragon defense was playing solid football. It was the offense unable to get anything going.
And special teams.
But it hasn't been. You look at the scores, and it's like, well, they gave up 50 and they gave up 48, and it's like, well.
But of the 46 they gave up, but 14 of it, like you said, Jacob, was, well, we'll get it after this play.
Man, it's going to be another good punt. Hopefully that one will go into the end zone, and it will. Too much end over end right there, and it'll bounce into the end zone. And so with 2:27 to play here in the first half, it's a 13-0 Haynesville lead, but Junction City with the football again after a big defensive stop. And we'll see what the Dragon offense, if they can get anything going here, hopefully find the end zone with 2.5 to play before the intermission.
Well, going back to what we were talking about on Smackover, defense gave up. If you're doing it, okay, who's responsible for what? They gave up 14 points. And if you're giving up 14 points a game, you got a darn good chance to win it. Our problem was special team breakdowns, and the offense just could not really get it going. And the same thing here tonight. Same thing here tonight. Haynesville's got the ball on our side of the field 4 times. You figure, oh, Lord, we're down 30 now. No, we're not. We're still really in the thing. We just got to get the offense going.
Dragons with it, first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Richard he was in the shotgun, split back formation. We've got whistles before the play, and it's going to be a timeout, Junction City. 2:26 to play, first half action. Dragons trail by 13. We'll step aside for 30. This is Junction City football, exclusive coverage by the Dragon Sports Network. .226 to play here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium before the intermission. After the Dragon timeout, they've got just one left. They're trailing by 13, and they've got it first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So far, not a bad performance from the Junction City defense. Hopefully some life can be breathed into the Dragon offense. Richard in the pistol. Back set directly behind him, and they'll give to him. That's going to be Jakyron Cook, met immediately, nowhere to go. Trying to work in between left guard and left tackle. As we near the 2-minute mark here, 2:10, 2:09, 2:08, clock rolling here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. Again, pistol formation. They're going to fake, throw over the middle, pass is incomplete. He had DJ Hill, would have been a first down and probably about 10, 15 yards more before somebody could have tracked down Hill, but it's in and out of his hands. It was a high throw. Junction City had the look they were looking for.
Absolutely.
Unable to execute, and that brings up a third down and a long 9 for the Junction City offense. Haynes to the top of the formation. Hutchison, the lone receiver, to the left. Hill in it, tied in. He's set to the right. They'll operate out of the pistol formation. Back set behind Richard. And they'll give here on third and 9. That's Cook still on his feet. Moving forward, we've got a flag. That can only be in the direction of probably one call.
Yep.
And that's probably going to be holding. Cook going to be short of the first down regardless. Here with 1:50 to play here in the second half. 13-0 is our score. Haynesville on top of Junction City. And that's going to be a holding on the Dragons.
Going back to the previous play, DJ had got into that zone and found him a little area to settle into. Like you said, he gets it, that the throw is there. He gets it. He's got 10 more yards he can possibly get. At least, let's just be on the safe side, at least 5.
And it's really the same play that Haynesville's been running.
Yep.
The thing is, when you're running the ball so much, you've got your your box guys, so to speak, your front 6, 7
right,
committing to that run, so the guy's there. Whereas when you're spreading it out a little bit, you're not necessarily having some success with the run and getting so much pressure up front. He's got to get rid of it quickly, and the ball was just a little too high.
Yep.
1 minute and 50 seconds to play here in the second half. We still have a stoppage of play. Not sure what's going on.
Well, the PA announcer's doing his ad, I believe, right now to figure out how far back we are.
So third down, we'll call it a long 18. Richard to throw, ball is hit out of the air. He didn't have there. I don't know if there's a individual in this stadium that could have completed that pass, because he was looking into the back of number 73's helmet, or I guess into the front of his helmet. No luck there for Junction City. Richard did what he could, 3-step drop, and he was pressured immediately.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of time to do whatever play you got called, and the skill guys are not getting it. It's not there.
This is going to be a big special teams play for both sides. As I believe that's Gibson. He's in his own end zone. Set to punt this one away. Ball at it's going to be a good snap. Dual returners for the Golden Tornado. High punt, not going to go very deep. Fielded at the 13. Ball's on the ground. It was muffed. We'll see who comes away with the football. And its initial reaction is going to be Junction City football, and that's what it's going to be.
I was just fixing to say, Jacob, big series here because let's go back to what we talked about. When we go into the third quarter, go into the second half, Haynesville gets the ball to start it. So you want to stop Haynesville here. Get into halftime only down 2 scores. Even better now, big play on special teams. You got the ball in great field position. Dragons are going to start from the 40, a chance to get some points on the board. And I'll say this, even if we can't get the points, even though we badly need them, run the clock out and go into halftime only down 2 scores.
Richard in the shotgun. They'll give to Cook. He'll fake. And now they're going to give back away to Haynes. Really nowhere to go. Great job by the backside of that Haynesville defense to stay at home. That's Kedrick Grider, sophomore quarterback, coming in from his linebacker position to make the stop. It's a big gain of maybe 1 on the reverse to Haynes. Under 70 seconds to play here in the first half. Dragons trail 13-0. Pistol formation. They'll give to Cook. Full steam ahead. He'll get across midfield, stay on his feet. They'll mark him down at the 49. And so that's probably one of the biggest runs by the Dragon offense in a good while.
Indeed. Right now, you Junction City, you got 1 timeout left. Of course, the clock stops on first downs as you get them. You can still kind of take your time and not get in a real big hurry.
Under 55 seconds to play. Cook, he gets his number called here on 1st and 10, rolls over a man, and he's down inside the 45. They'll mark him at the 43. And so Junction City just with 1 timeout to work with, 40 seconds to play first half. They're trying to hurry, but they're not really getting in much of a hurry. Pistol formation. Again, they give to Gibson. He'll work over right tackle, stays on his feet, and that's going to be a first down. That'll stop the clock to reset the chains. And now the ball is picked up on the far side of the field. And going to be run down by Cavante Haynes. I tell you what, the line judge on the far side of the field looked like he wanted to blow his whistle, did not. The play continued. Ball was on the turf. Hard to tell if Gibson was down. And just like that, Haynesville's got it 1st and 10 inside their own, I believe, 15-yard line with 19 seconds to play. So this will be probably the biggest drive of the football game as you're trying to keep them out of the end zone here. You look to hopefully have something going offensively, and then the 4th turnover of the game for the Dragon offense, and it's set Haynesville up inside the 15 at the 14 along the far hash. Wow, what a turn of events.
I'm not sure what happened on the play. I thought I was getting ready to talk about, okay, he's down, he's got the first down, and then they're all running down the field. So I'm not sure if he was down or not, to be honest with you.
Grider. They're going to pitch to, I believe that's Billy Brown. He'll work over the right side, moves out of 1 tackle, still on his feet, moves out of another. Touchdown, Haynesville.
And that right there is going to hurt big time. He broke about 3 arm tackles going into the end zone. And now the Dragons find themselves down 3 scores.
And after the turnover, they only needed 8 seconds to punch in another score, and it's 19-0. Haynesville on top of Junction City. And they appear to be going for 2. And, not a knock for Junction City, but right now, I mean, you'd probably be safe to kick the extra point. I mean, the Dragon offense, they've shown at times that they can get the ball moving, but drives have stalled. They've had 4 turnovers here in the first half. Lance Grider under center, I formation. They'll give to Billy Brown, and he'll go in relatively easy for the 2-point conversion. Timeout on the field, 11 seconds to play first half action. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. 21-0 is our score. Haynesville on top of Junction City. This is Dragon football coverage exclusively on the Dragon Sports Network. And welcome back to Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. And what was looking to be hopefully just a 2-touchdown deficit for the Dragons at the intermission has now turned into a 3-score ball game, as Junction City will get the football here for 1, maybe 2 plays before the halftime break. They'll kick that one on the ground. They'll force the Dragons to return it. Good call there on special teams. That'll be Gibson. He'll stay on his feet. And that's going to be a good return up to the 45-yard line, but the Dragons are only going to have 4 seconds to work with. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised here if you just take a knee and lick your wounds into the halftime break and then try to draw something up and come back out for the final 2 quarters of action.
The best thing to do right now, take a knee and get in the locker room. And Coach Jones, I think he's got some guys he wants to talk to, because you can tell when he called those timeouts something, and we see it. I mean, let's face it, we see it. You know, you don't want to be mean or nothing, but if you can't get fired up to play a game of this magnitude, you know, Haynesville.
High school football game in general.
I agree. Something's wrong.
Now we're going to have an offensive lineman taking the snap. He's going to chunk it down the right side, and it's not going to matter. Final horn. That ball was almost picked off. If he stays in bounds, he may run a while, but it doesn't. It falls on the turf as Gerodney Tubbs' pass falls incomplete. And 2 quarters in the books here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. And it's 2 quarters that Junction City will hope to soon forget as they trail 21-0 to the Class 1A number 5 team in the state of Louisiana, the Haynesville Golden Tornado. We'll step aside for 2 minutes. This is Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network.
Okay, Derek.
And we're back here in Haynesville, Louisiana, in the middle of the halftime festivities. About to hear from the sound of the border town. The Junction City Dragon High School Marching Band set to take the field once they figure out who's the winner of the Split the Pot. And here comes the Dragon Marching Band. We'll step aside for a little bit. We'll let you hear the Junction City Marching Band. Just under 13 minutes until the second half continues.
City High School Marching Band here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. Halftime, Haynesville 21, Junction City 0. We're going to step away for 4 minutes. We'll be back with the second half here on the Dragon Sports Network's coverage of Junction City football. Halftime at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium, the Golden Tornado 21, the Junction City Dragons 0. Dragons taking the field here to start the second half, coming back out. And now Haynesville making their entrance to get ready. Real quick, the title sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network, El Dorado Chemical Company. The official sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network's coverage of Dragon football, Union Kennel and Farm Supply. Other proud sponsors and fine sponsors we got, very thankful to have them. Generations Bank, Terminex. We didn't have any stats. I was trying to catch our stat guys. Russell, say your stats. Hopefully we'll have something there soon. Hog Wild Pest Control, First Baptist Church, Junction City Florist, Kim's Hair Salon. Lanix Energizing Chemistry. Southern T-Shirt, the official apparel sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network. In memory of Kevin Norris by his sister Jan. Red Roof Barbecue, LG Farm and Timber. And the Junction City Band Booster Club. They feed the DSN at the home games, and we're proud to have them. And also, I think I failed to mention earlier, LG Farm and Timber, we got them in. So all of these sponsors, we thank you for supporting us, helping us, doing what we're doing. Year number 6, and we got a lot of coverage coming up later on this year. Possibly the DSN will cover their first state tournaments ever. We don't know yet for sure on that, some regionals, depending on what the Junction City wins when the bidding process takes place. That's on down the road. Right now, as I turn to the gentleman standing next to me, let me say this first of all, congratulations. When the mules talk, you do the talking. The new communications director for Southern Arkansas University, Mr. Jacob Humphrey. Congratulations on that. I wish we had something good to talk about with Junction City football right now, but I'm just going to look at you and say this. What do we need to do to make things better in this second half? And I'll say it like that.
Well, first off, thank you. I appreciate that. Blessed to have the opportunity and be in the position that I'm in. Really excited for the future of Mule Rider athletics moving forward. But to answer your question, Junction City, they're going to have to rely on their defense once more. And if you're just joining us, you may look up and say, well, I thought the man said they were down 21-0. Defense might not be doing their job. Defense has actually played a pretty good ball game. The offense has put them in some bad situations at times. Now, Haynesville has gashed the Dragon defense for a couple of big plays, including a big score. But it's going to come down to the Dragon defense. Can they force Haynesville off the field here early in the Golden Tornadoes' first drive of the second half? And then it's going to be the offense. Can they get the football and then go down the field and score? So really, there's 2 quarters of football left to play, but you got to think that it's going to come down to these first 2 drives. Haynesville's offensive drive, if Junction City can get the football back, and then what the Dragons can do offensively.
Well, Jacob, a lot of people might say, too, well, you know what, yeah, when they get in conference, things will be better. Things will be better. But you're looking at some things here that's got to be fixed, and there's no guarantee things will be better in conference. The only guarantees is death and taxes. One of the things Junction has got to do, I think, we got to get an identity on offense. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it. In the past, Junction City, we run the ball. Back in the day, the bone. We're lining up the bone, we're coming at you, and you're going to have to stop us. And it seems like there's some uncertainties with the Dragon offense right now. They're having trouble. They want to throw the ball. Coach Jones wants to throw the ball. And Baylor, they're having to stick to the run to try to get stuff going. Well, teams are noticing that already. 7, 8, 9 in the box immediately. And it's making it hard for the offense to get anything going, which in turn puts your defense in some rough situations, either being out on the field a lot, or as we just saw here in the first half, you mentioned the defense has actually done their job. I agree with you wholeheartedly. 4 times Haynesville has started on our side of the field. You take away 2 big plays, it's a 7-0 game. So the defense, they had a couple little mishaps. That's going to happen. And in Coach Jones' defense, he seemed very agitated on both the timeouts with his offense. He had to call them both on offense, and you could tell he was not happy about something. I mean, and it appeared to me you had some guys that just wasn't quite in let's play football on Friday night mode. Conference starts next week, and that's when it really counts. You want to go into conference with some momentum or with something to hang your helmet on. And right now, you know, the only thing you can really say, hey, defense is playing solid. Kidwell, Livingston doing some outstanding job. Give Cook and Gibson credit running the ball hard. But so far, we've only times that Cavante Haynes has touched the ball has been on some reverses. Nothing. This is a guy, if you can get him in the secondary, he can cause some serious damage.
And you're right, it's going to come down to here these first couple of drives of the ball game for both sides and how they respond. If you're Junction City, you want to come out firing on all cylinders, and you kind of want to hope Haynesville kind of comes out flat a little bit, having a 21-point advantage. And we're just about set to start the second half of action here from Red Franklin Memorial Stadium in Haynesville, Louisiana. Looks like a late summer storm approaching us from the south.
And just to give folks a heads up, if it does, we're on they finally decided where we could get tonight. They had to go around Lori's house to get there. But we're on the outside, so if weather gets bad, we're going to be shutting. We got some heavy-duty equipment out here we got to get covered. So if they stop the game or whether it starts raining hard on us here, we're going to have to shut it down.
Jack Smith with things teed up. It'll be a corner kick, and that's going to go out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. And so we'll see from the Haynesville Golden Tornado offense here to start the third quarter. They've got a 21-0 advantage over the Dragons. Class 2A number 2, according to Hootens.com, while the Louisiana Sports Writers Association has the Golden Tornado of Haynesville tabbed at number 5, yep, I believe, in Class 1A.
This is the 9th meeting of the borderline war. Haynesville, of course, leading at 7-1. And right now they got everything in their favor here as we get ready to have the first offensive play of the second half.
Haynesville will have it first down and 10. They'll operate from the far hash, be out of the flex bone. Ball set at their own 37-yard line. And we're getting the signal that it's first and 10 for Haynesville. We've been knowing that for a good solid 3 minutes now.
Waiting on the officials to join us at the ball game here. Lord help us.
Storm closing in, and we're getting.
Yeah, we're going that way. That's the third time he's pointed. We're heading to that end zone.
And the ball is going to be spotted at the 37-yard line. It's went out of bounds at the 32. They'll give them 5 yards because it was not less than the 35 right, where the ball was spotted. I formation for the Golden Tornado. Grider under center. It'll be a pitch to, I believe that's Brown. Dragon defender had the back of his jersey. He'll ride him down as Brown gets across the 40 up to the just shy of the 42-yard line. Bring up a second down and 5 for Haynesville here, 15 seconds into the third quarter.
And Jake, what you talked about in the pregame with Coach Meeks, what you mentioned right after we got started here, Haynesville, this is their type. This is the offense they love to run. In tight, keep it close, pound away. So right now they got everything in their advantage.
2 men in the backfield. Brown, the motion man, he moves from left to right. They're going to give really nowhere to go right there. Couple of Dragons on the scene. First man leading the charge, Mr. Kyle Kidwell. Tanner Barnett, Samaje Livingston, that Dragon defensive line in on the stop. Loss of 3, backs the football up to the 39-yard line of the Golden Tornado, and they'll be faced with a third down and a long 7 here as we've hit the 11-minute mark of the third quarter. Haynesville 21, Junction City 0. Dragon defense needing a big stop here. Break the huddle, lone receiver to the left. He's out wide to the numbers. Brown, the man in motion. And they're going to get Junction City offsides into the neutral zone, and that'll make it a more manageable third down here for Haynesville. And, you know, in a situation like this, you want to, it's a penalty and it hurts, but at the same time, all 3 of the Dragon defensive linemen jumped. And it's not a good thing to be offsides, but it's to see that they're ready to play.
Yeah, they're ready
you know
to
what I'm
go.
saying? That's a bright spot. You got a unit out there that understands the situation and trying to get the football back for their offense.
You see the get up and go still there. They're ready to roll, and that's good. That's what you want.
Under 10.5 to play, third quarter action. Brown, quick motion from right to left. Heavy to the right side, misdirection. They're going to give to, I'm not sure who it is on the number 2, spin moves, and he's going to reverse field. He's at the 25, the 20, the 15. He's inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown Haynesville. Adrian Hardwell, the leading rusher for this Golden Tornado offensive unit, and he takes it to the house. 61 yards, I do believe, for the score, and it is 27-0.
And you notice there was several up here reaching around the shoulders, trying to tackle, and not to do it in a bad angle taken, and now you're down 4 scores, and it's all a matter of pride now.
Alford on to attempt the extra point here with 10:03 to play in the third quarter. And the extra point is blocked and no good. Timeout on the field, 10:03 to play, third quarter action. Junction City trailing Haynesville 27-0. This is Junction City football exclusively on the Dragon Sports Network. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. And welcome back to Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. Big offensive play for the Golden Tornado has Haynesville up 27-0 over Junction City as they're set to kick the football away. And I believe they're calling the teams off the field. I don't know if it's Lightning. I believe that's going to be the case. We've got the white hat. He's over there near the Haynesville sideline. Not sure what situation is, but they got a couple of hands pointing to the sky. Again, we've talked about a storm that's been brewing there just south of us. It appeared to be it was going to miss us.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching.
And so still no signal yet.
Yeah, they.
I do imagine PA, we're sorry for the silence, folks. We're kind of trying to figure things out ourselves. It's 27-0's our score. 10:03 to play, third quarter action. We don't know if there's about to be a delay due to weather.
They have not asked the teams to leave yet, but the teams are gathering. Now the White Hat's talking to Haynesville.
And he's going to go to the sideline here. I don't know if he's getting
a weather
looking
report.
at a radar here, getting a weather report.
And that's the same guy that had trouble deciding which direction we're going.
I'm not sure what the situation would be, whether. I know collegiately it's 30 minutes. Anytime there's a lightning strike within 10 miles, the situation SAU encountered at Searcy last weekend ended up having the game postponed until the next day. But that game had yet to start. This one, too. So the PA announcer has just claimed that folks are going to get wet here in about 7 or 8 minutes. So he must be working with a pretty fine radar up there in the press box.
Okay, we're going to have to make a decision here. So I'm going to alert the radio station. We are fixing to go out there to move equipment. We're out here in the open. They really had nowhere for us to go. They have delayed the game. We're going to see what they're going to do. We're trying to find out what they're fixing to do here, but.
And I believe they're going to let the players, they're going to keep the game going. It won't be called a lightning. You can play in rain. It's the lightning that is the issue.
How far did he say? All right, we're going to go ahead and stay here then. If they're going to play, we're going to try to go ahead. But like I said, folks, it starts raining and we leave the air. We're going to try to find somewhere we can go and do the game from.
So play will resume. The ball will be set up at the 40-yard line. A lot of uncertain fans here at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. Not sure if they want to stick around and risk the rain or go ahead and take this one to the house. Dragons trailing 27-0 is our score. This is a borderline battle, so to speak. It's been all Haynesville so far. Football's teed up from the 40-yard line near hash. Haynes and Cook, the two return men for Junction City. Ball's kicked down the middle. It'll bounce at the 23, picked up by Haynes at the 21. Stop, makes a man miss. Still on his feet, pushing forward across the 35, just shy of the 36-yard line. So it'll be pretty good field position for Junction City here with 9:54 to play in the third quarter. .954 to play. Junction City set to begin their first drive for the second half, excuse me. Richard hands off. Gibson nowhere to go. There's a host of Golden Tornado defenders in on the scene. Nowhere to go. A lot of standing around from that Dragon offensive line. Nine and a half to play here, third quarter action. 27-0 is our score. Second down handoff. That'll go to Gibson. He's got some running room and a first down. He's across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. Nice run right there from senior Dante Gibson. .907 to play, third quarter action. They give to Gibson. He's got some running room. He'll pick up another first down. And so back-to-back first down carries from senior Dante Gibson. We're under 9 minutes to play third quarter. There's a timeout on the field. I believe it's an injury timeout. And we'll step aside here for 30 seconds. This is Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network.
We are back at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. One play already run. It was a loss on the play for Junction City of 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 13. It was a quick pass that is almost intercepted. It is incomplete. And that will bring up third down. 8 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Junction City trailing 28-0, and we trying to make some plans here in case we have to shut it down because it's closing in on us faster than folks thought. Third down here is a give up the middle. Cook picks up about I'm going to say about 9 yards there. It's going to bring up 4th and 4 with 8 minutes remaining third quarter. Junction City at the Haynesville 36 trying to get on the board here, get a little something going. They trail 27-0. It has been a rough night for the Dragon offense, but they are still fighting here, trying to get something going. Gibson, keeper, Gibson, first down as he goes over the 33 to the 32 near the 31-yard line, and that'll stop the clock and move the chains for Junction City. 7:33, third quarter. Haynesville looking solid on offense and on defense for the most part, and on the special team. They have been looking very good tonight, all facets of the game. Cook again, keeper, swinging it to the outside, trying to get some running room. He got a little bit and is drove out at about the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about, let's see where they mark it. They're taking it back a little. He got a little further than that, but they say no to the 30. So a pickup of 2, bring up 2nd and 8. This is Cook straight ahead, nothing. He is met as he gets to about the 30-yard line, and I mean met hard. That will bring up, let's see, third down, let's call it 8. The Dragon offense trying to get a little something going. We have a player down. We're going to step away for a minute. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. We are back. 7:03 remaining third quarter. The officials and school officials for Haynesville, the game officials, school officials Haynesville looking at the radar, but they're ready to play right now. It is a 3rd and 8. And an attempt to go up the middle is going to result in a 2-yard loss, Jacob, and a 4th down.
Yeah, that defensive front for Haynesville, I'm looking at 73, 75, 72. There's some big bodies up front. Those boys have been playing hard all night, and they have really won the battle in the trenches so far tonight. I don't think 72's left the field. He's been on offensively and defensively. And I'm sure if he wanted out there on special teams, coaches probably would allow him. Richard to throw. Pass is caught by Hutchinson. It'll be a gain of about 4. They needed 9, and the Dragons will turn it over on downs here with 6:20 to play in the third quarter.
And probably the best, would it be safe to say probably the best offense you've seen tonight from Junction City? They moved the ball a little bit, but not enough. And now you're asking your defense to, keep it from getting any worse.
Yeah, the Dragons' third offensive drive of the game actually looked promising. They were starting to mix it up, had Haynesville off balance, were starting to get, 5, 6, 7 a play, and then it just stalled down around the 30-yard line or so. And offensively, the Dragons haven't been able to really regroup since, except for the drive before the half where they moved it across midfield, but then the fumble was picked up, returned inside the 15. Next play, touchdown right there before the intermission.
Okay, we're ready to resume play. The officials had stopped the game again, Jacob, and now they're ready to go.
The more stoppages actually allows the Storm to get closer.
Yeah.
I don't know if many people understand that.
The group we got on the field.
6:20 to play. Wind starting to pick up. You can definitely tell that storm's wanting to roll in. We'll see how much more we can get in here tonight at Red Franklin Memorial Stadium. 6:20 to play, third quarter, and we've got whistles before the snap. And it's going to be a timeout, Haynesville. We'll step aside with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the Junction City football exclusive coverage brought to you by the Dragon Sports Network and Ustream and 101.5 The Hog.
Yeah. 6:19 remaining, third quarter. Haynesville with the ball, leading 27-zip, first and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Golden Tornado been in control from the start. And the carry around the outside, that is 44 for Haynesville. He will pick up very close to the first down. If he don't get it, he's got at least 9 of it. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. And while we got opportunity, there was a question asked to him, said, what exactly are the officials looking at? And what is going on is not necessarily as much the rain and the wind as what else is coming in with this storm, because it is closing in and it looks rough. So for those of you who want to know, here's the game plan for DSN. If it gets bad, we are going to switch all the way to the radio, 101.5 The Hog. Jacob will be calling the game from there, and we're going to get the equipment. Because we're out in the open, that is where they put us. We are going to get the equipment and get inside. We will finish up the game on the Hog in case we have to do that. Until then, we're going to ride it out up here as long as we can. I'm Wayne Pumphrey along with Brian Lee, Derek Watts, Denton Ashcraft, Mark Pumphrey, Jacob Pumphrey. We are going to give you the game all we can. Yeah, the burrito man. We got a story to tell on our on our illustrious cameraman. We'll save that for maybe a later date when we really want to pop them. Right now, we're waiting on the officials. They are ready to go. It's 2nd and 1, Haynesville from the 36-yard line.
And they're going to let the clock run down. I don't blame them.
I don't blame them. I would
let it run down as far
as
you can.
A good carry for the Golden Tornado. They swing it outside. I pick up. That's going to be about what, Jacob? 4 yards?
About 4 yards. It'll be actually about 5. They'll give him the first down. He moves across the 40-yard line at the 42. And so I don't know necessarily if this is much a drive for Haynesville that they want to try to score on as much as it is just try to eat as much clock as they can.
Yeah, because the quarterback came to the line a while ago, and like you said, he was watching that clock all the way. It got down to 2, then he takes the snap. And they're just trying to get the clock run out. They know, people are starting to leave the stadium because of the storm coming in. And
1st and 10 for the Golden Tornado. A little misdirection here. They'll give to Billy Brown. I tell you what, he can make you miss in a phone booth. He's got a first down. He's across the 40, the 30, down across the 20. He's got a block, cuts back across the grain. 10-5, touchdown. With 5 minutes to play, Billy Brown punches another one in, and it's 33-0. Haynesville on top of Junction City. This one is completely out of hand here in the Piney Hills.
Brown just scoots through there. He's got excellent get-up-and-go speed, I guess you could say, or as they say, excellent acceleration. And once he got on the sideline, it was a matter of just making moves, and that was it. So now 33-zip.
On for the extra point attempt. And that was probably one of the, I'm sure you saw it on camera, folks. That was an absolutely very big
flags on the play, on the extra point attempt.
Lightning strike. And so we'll see.
And they're going to rule the PAT no good.
And they're going to, I believe they're going to clear the fields here.
Yes, they're sending the teams in. Folks, what we're going to do now, both teams are being told to come off the field. The Golden Tornado are leaving Junction City
Dragons are still on the field. Golden Tornado heading toward their locker room.
Now the Dragons are going to. What we're going to do now is step away. You'll pick up the rest of the broadcast on the radio. They are asking people to leave the stadium until they decide to resume. If we have the opportunity, we will try to, of course, film the rest of the game for sure. And right now, that's what we're going to do. We will step away, be looking for the rest of the game whenever the officials decide to resume it. They're looking at radar right now. You can pick it up on 101.5 The Hall. I'm Wayne Pumphrey, and this is Junction City Football on the Dragon Sports Network.